Hi, it's Lisa Condon coming back to you with another wonderful author for Stepping into Gratitude that's coming out on November 8th. And I'm really excited to introduce you to this wonderful individual. Laura and I have gotten to know each other really well over these past few years, and I just adore this woman. So, Laura, I would love for you to introduce yourself and tell the audience and listeners a little bit about who you are.
Hi, Lisa. It's such an honor to be here today and to be part of this project. A little about me from a career perspective. I've always been in some form of marketing and advertising for my entire career, working at several different advertising agencies. And 14 years ago, I branched out and started my own company. We've grown through the years, and it's been really thrilling to focus on campaign marketing, data analytics, and to be able to have a team and work with a team every day that's dedicated to the work of the clients that we have, as well as just working in such a collaborative environment. From a personal side, I'm a lifelong learner, which I know you know, Lisa, and being able to teach and share information is something that I really thrive on doing and I have a passion for. And I'm almost at the end of one of my career goals and my personal goals of graduating with a master's degree. I am studying the psychology of leadership, and I'm thrilled to be almost at the end of that journey.
So that's exciting, and congratulations on that because that's huge. But I also want to say, again, I love what you told the audience, but I'm going to hype you up a little bit more because let's face it. Okay, data analytics, people hear that and they're like, oh, it's just metrics. No, no, no. No, if you want to know anything about anything, Laura and her team are where to go. They will
Oh,
give you all the ins and outs, all the numbers that you need to make factual decisions. I've seen it, I've witnessed it. It's really incredible. Um, and Laura, from your lifelong learning journey, what I love about that is you learn, but then you turn around and apply and you figure out how to use it to better the world and better the people around you. And I adore that about you. So I'm just going to put that out there on your behalf.
thank you. I appreciate that.
So, with that, I would really love to know and have you tell everybody listening what made you decide to be a part of this project?
This idea of always wanting to learn and grow and share is something that it's really a part of who I am. And I've been doing that in a lot of ways, particularly in the volunteer work, where I've been spending a lot of time in my undergraduate university working with students and helping them grow in their leadership abilities, particularly women students, and helping them really tap into what it means to be a women leader. I have noticed that we talk a lot about empathy. An empathetic leader, phenomenal, amazing. Gratitude, though, we don't really talk too much about that in the leadership space. And when I heard you talking about this project, it really resonated with me, and I thought this could be quite a moment to close that gap and talk a little bit about what could gratitude mean in this leadership space. And that to me was one of the primary reasons I wanted to be a part of this.
That's incredible. And what a great launching pad, too, for the work that I know you'll continue doing and how to really integrate gratitude into that leadership space. That's amazing. I love
Thank
that.
you.
So, with all of our authors, each author has a chapter that they're writing, and everybody has taken a little bit of a different look in their own life and in their own experiences. So, and as an author, you have one of those chapters as well. So, how has writing this chapter impacted you, Laura?
Oh, well, in many ways. So my story is about a rule that I wrote for myself that determined what success means, how I define success. And quite frankly, I thought it was a rule that was setting myself up for massive success. Like I was crushing it until I realized I wasn't.
Mhm.
So it was one of those like major milestone moments, perhaps a wake up call, if you will, that you take a pause, you think about it. And that's what I did at the time. But writing this chapter with the mindset that this could help other women, maybe even in their leadership roles, rethink the rules that they have written for themselves, allowed me to kind of unwrap the gift again.
Mm,
of what I've learned in this experience, and being able to share it was really meaningful to me. And I truly do hope it can help others rethink the rules they're living by.
mhm. Laura, I will tell you. So obviously, I've been reading all the chapters and I've watched how they've progressed through rewrites. And your chapter was very poignant for me because I think as we all continue to grow and evolve, when we're in a leadership role, when we're an entrepreneur, when we're a business owner, we have to, right? We always have to
Yeah.
keep evolving. But these rules that we write for ourselves are so interesting. Like, where do they come from and where did we learn them? And was it societal, et cetera? But um, there were some things after reading your chapter I had to relook at for myself and really
Oh,
just ask myself that question. So I know you've already impacted and influenced one person. There's no doubt there'll be others for sure.
that's so nice to hear. I'm really, that's exactly what I'm hoping for. Thank
Mhm,
you, Lisa, for sharing that.
absolutely. So with that, I think the other thing too, when it comes to gratitude, we all are different in how we experience gratitude, in how we show gratitude, in how we look at gratitude, how we practice gratitude. And I also think we all define it a little bit differently. So Laura, how do you define gratitude?
Well, I'm on the very baby beginning spectrum of understanding the full scope of this concept. Thanks to you, Lisa, I'm learning how to evolve through it. I was raised understanding how to be thankful and grateful for opportunities and what people have shown and given me. But I didn't really understand gratitude is a verb. You
Mhm.
have to do it. You have to practice it. And I'm still really grasping that massive concept. And so I would say I'm still learning, which is good because that's part of something I do. And I'm not really quite, I haven't wrapped my full head around it yet. But I know through this work with you, and the other authors, it'll elevate and expedite my ability to really understand this concept in a really beautiful way.
I like that. And it makes sense to me because again, I've been on this journey now for a very long time, and I'm still learning what it means to me. I'm still defining it for myself and redefining it because who I was yesterday is not who I am today, and it's not who I'm going to be tomorrow because of whatever I've learned in the process or whatever has happened in my journey. So I love that you are just kind of ebbing and flowing with it and taking it in. That's really incredible. So you did mention something about practicing and that it's a verb, right? Which
Yeah.
is so true. It's really true. And that's how I would say when you kind of go just factually from it's a noun to a verb, um, how do you practice gratitude in your daily life? What does that look like for you?
Well, I'm glad it doesn't necessarily involve a treadmill. Let's be clear. But I, I will say I have a partnership with Mother Nature. She's my accountability partner in this one. And it usually happens every day around sunset, where I might still be working. Okay, let's be honest, I am still working. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I'll notice like this spectacular situation that's happening outside the window. And I'm so fortunate to live in a place where it's like a fireworks show every other night. There's always something dramatic Mother Nature's is providing. And I've taken into I guess you could say, the practice of taking a pause,
Mm,
going to the window, taking a look at it, maybe taking a picture. It's
mm,
just breathtaking. And really taking a moment to ask myself, how am I feeling? How was the day? Have I eaten dinner yet? Should I eat dinner now? Am I at a place where I can take a stop and let the work sit for the day? Or, it's just a moment to reset. And considering the lesson I've learned and I'm sharing in this chapter of really putting myself first and not putting everything else ahead of my health and well-being, this feels like a really nice practice that I've been doing, and letting the nature of the beauty of nature rather just help me kind of become a bit grounded while I'm looking at the sky. So that's been my thing.
well, so thank you for sharing that. the word grounded almost came out of my mouth as you were finishing up, because
Oh,
when I talk about 9 steps of gratitude quite a bit. And the very first step is about being grounded and connecting with nature and connecting with self. And I've seen the pictures that you take of your amazing view and the colors and what changes and some of what you write about that. And I read an article recently where it talks about different types of journaling, and
oh,
journaling and gratitude practice. They a lot of times they go hand in hand when people talk about it. But this article was so interesting because they actually talked about journaling also being taking pictures, and it basically being a photo
oh,
journal. And goosebumps. What you just
that's
said totally resonated
fantastic.
with me. Like, you really are doing that, and you are a wonderful illustration of what that looks like. And especially when it's Barbie pink. I'm just saying. So.
She, she's the fan of the movie too, for sure.
So, but I love that, and I love the checking in with yourself too. I think we as women especially
Mm,
don't do that. We just go and go and go, and we are inherently taking care of house and home and everybody else, and
yeah.
work, and then we put ourselves last. So I love that you're intentionally taking those moments. I'm going to take a page out of your book. That's great.
Oh, we live in a beautiful place too that will allow that moment in time if we just give it to ourselves, give ourselves the permission to do so.
And that's exactly it. It's all about giving ourselves permission. Absolutely. So I just have one last question for you, and I've been asking each author this. So obviously, you do a lot, Laura, lifelong learner. You're now an author. You run a really fantastic and successful company. You live in an amazing place where you get to commune with Mother Nature in the best way that you can. Um, but if you had to pick one nugget of wisdom to give to our listeners and the audience today, what would that be?
Mm. Well, thank you for the opportunity to share it. I I will say that, and if I can include us together in this conversation, I think we both are pretty high achieving people. We set incredible goals for ourselves. And we're never quite satisfied once we hit them. We want more. We want to do more. We want to give more. And that created this incredible, well-meaning trap for me. And I created that trap. I set the trap. I set it all up. It was beautifully well executed, but it caught me and it stopped me from thinking about making myself a priority. So my nugget of wisdom is if we have the power to create that well-intended trap, we also have the power to break it, to
Hmm.
redefine what success looks like. We have the power to recreate our own rules. And as we mature and learn and grow, those rules need to be reevaluated too. So, what success looks like to you in your 40s may not be what it looks like in your 50s or even when you turn 51 to 52. There's no rules here. That's the thing. So, taking a pause and rethinking what it is your rules are, that's my nugget of wisdom, is giving everybody the permission to do so and redefine what doing my best looks like. Because I have yet to reach that finish line, even though I've accomplished quite a bit. It just keeps moving. So I
Mm.
think I need a new rule.
Wow. That's that's powerful, Laura. That's really powerful.
Thank
And it
you.
just goes along with like the giving yourself permission to do so, which you've been talking about. Okay, I love these. I love the nuggets of wisdom. Every single one I've loved, but um, this really resonates with me. And
Oh,
and again, we've had
good.
opportunity to talk about your story and what you went through. And I know, again, I was impacted by it. And I know that our listeners and our audience today, and then those who also get the book on November 8th and read your chapter, they're really going to resonate with it, because again, it's a real life story of change and evolving, and I love it so much.
Just
So,
think about what we could do as leaders if we thought about practicing gratitude and rethinking the rules of what success looks like. We become better people that in turn can lead our teams in a much more effective way.
mm,
So I'm hopeful that this really resonates, like you said, that would be a wonderful thing.
Yes, yes, it would be. Ah, I love it. Laura, thank you so much for being here again. I want to thank you for being part of this project and helping to spread the seeds of gratitude. That is what this is all about. And I know you're just going to continue on your gratitude journey and make sure that people come along with you because they just can't help but to fall in love with you when they meet you. So,
Thank you, Lisa. I can't believe
absolutely.
we're doing this together. I'm so thankful.
Me too. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, November 8th, everybody, check us out. Make sure that you are keeping up and following us on what's going on. But November 8th is when this book comes out, and we're really excited. Thank you again, Laura, and we'll see you again
Um,
soon.